Jose Monkey, where am I?
You asked me to figure out where this video was recorded, so I did. Hi, I'm Jose Monkey, and I find people who ask to be found. As you guys know, I often do data mining queries against the OpenStreetMap database to help me locate the places in these videos. But that approach isn't foolproof, and it doesn't always go as expected. Many of you have seen the video that I did to help Sergeant Derek with the presentation he's going to be doing to kids about online safety. And one of the questions that many people have asked me about that video is why didn't I look for Walmart locations that were very close to Holiday Inn Express hotels? Well guys, I did, and it didn't go very well. I didn't have time to explain in that video because I was trying to keep it pretty brief for the sergeant's presentation, but I actually tried to look for Walmarts that were close to Holiday Inn Express hotels in Indiana. And I got a handful of results, but I quickly realized that none of them were right. And that's because the Holiday Inn Express in Portland, Indiana is not in the OpenStreetMap database. Or at least it wasn't. It is now, because I added it. So if you did that same query now, it would work. Okay, back to this video. So what can we see? At the start of this video, we can see that this person is at what looks like a drive-thru. We can see some signs here, and while they don't say the business name, it mentions a broista. And it didn't take long to figure out that that means this is a Dutch Bros coffee shop. Next, we can see that there is what appears to be some kind of shopping center across the road here. And again, even though we can't see the name of the business, I was pretty sure that this looked like a Target. We can see like the red lettering on the brick. It looks like a Target. As they turn the camera to the right, we can see that there's also an AutoZone here. We also had a few clues that told us this was Texas. First, we see that there's a Texas license plate on the car in front of them. We can also see a Texas window sticker in this person's car. And finally, I noticed these red curbs here, and those are pretty common in Texas when they want to mark a fire lane. Okay, so these three businesses, Dutch Bros, Target, and AutoZone, can all be found all over Texas. There are like 150 Target stores in Texas, something like 200 Dutch Bros shops, and almost 700 AutoZones in Texas. But as we know, finding these businesses in close proximity to each other can really narrow things down. So I initially looked for AutoZone locations in Texas that were pretty close to Targets, like within 500 meters. That's like a third of a mile. And I further filtered that list to only the locations that were very close to Dutch Bros cafes. And guys, when I did that, I got like 0 results in the entire state of Texas. So something wasn't right. Chances are this means one or more of those stores is not in the database. When I was trying to figure out how many of each of these stores there are in Texas, I came across a number of different articles that told me that Dutch Bros has been expanding in Texas in the last few years. So I knew that meant they'd been opening lots of new locations. So I did a quick search to see how many Dutch Bros locations I could find in the OpenStreetMap database in Texas. And of the over 200 locations, I only found like 30 of them. So that means something like 85% of the Dutch Bros locations in Texas are not even in the OpenStreetMap database. So I figured I'd just take that out of my query and just look for Target locations that were close to AutoZone locations. And I got a short list of only 4. And when I brought up the first one on Google Maps, I saw that there was a Dutch Bros right next to the AutoZone. Guys, that was it. You were at this drive-thru at this Dutch Bros in North Richland Hills in Texas. I was able to confirm this view looking toward the Target. And we can see the AutoZone, but I couldn't get a photo that was from exactly the same angle as we see in the video. But I could see that drive-thru, and I know that you were parked right about here when you recorded your video. Okay, it's time to check which previous location was closest to this one. And guys, this one is wild, because the closest previous location is actually a very similar video. Back in Season 1, Episode 272, somebody sent me a video from a drive-thru very much like this one in Irving, Texas. And that's only about 11 miles or 18 kilometers away from the spot. It's crazy. That's all for now, guys. Check out the map of all the places I've found for you so far. And while you're there, maybe go check out my store if you want to pick up a t-shirt or a mug or something. And if anybody else wants me to find them, record a video where you say, "Find me, Jose Monkey," or something like that, on camera, or hold up a sign that says something similar. And don't forget to tag me in a comment on that video.